Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever the sun is lining up for you right now. Thank you so much for being here, for stopping by, clicking on this video for whatever reason you're here for. I would assume 99.9% for the song we're doing, but perhaps there's a small sliver of you that are here for myself as well. Hope that you're here to stay for a little bit. We're going to listen to some Van Morrison. We're going to listen to the track Moondance off of the album of the same name, which was released in 1970, his third studio album. We haven't listened to a lot of Van Morrison at all on the channel, and I'm largely unfamiliar with him or his music. But this particular track had been suggested by quite a few of you, if I can only find your names. So I know that, Mar, you had suggested this track over on the Discord, but some others here on the channel: Doc Rock, John Campbell, Habitu Woo Woo, Mark Gattaca, Thomas Canfield, hold on, the Mayas, Michael Aporte, Time Traveling One, and it goes on from there. So thank you guys for the suggestion. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Probably more than a little bit. Here we go, guys.
All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow.
It's completely not what I was expecting.
Just make some more romance with you.
Love when the bass is allowed to really pull those reins.
Let's a marvelous night for...
Okay, I have not listened to a lot of Van Morrison at all. Pretty much nothing for the most part. But that is not the sound that I expected to get listening to this song. I was not expecting to be delightfully jazzed up listening to this. As soon as it moved into everything, I was like, oh, we have kind of a lounge jazzy kind of feel. Okay, cool. Let's move on. And then it continued to build and expand upon that, bringing us further into this very deep blue kind of lounge. You had the jazz flute coming in, which is just a great addition. They had some saxophone. Like, you had all, like I said, those jazz fixings coming in to really put you in that certain mood. Now, listening to it, what I was really feeling is, once again, take this with a huge grain of salt because I don't know anything about Morrison, but him being in this specific environment reminded me of Joe Jackson. And here's what I mean. When we last listened to Joe Jackson here on the channel, you have that deep jazz influence and feel that he has, body and soul. But his voice, his singing, perhaps isn't exactly what you would expect out of a jazzy soul kind of sound. His voice is a little bit outside of that. And I like that so much because it's like Van Morrison, his voice isn't necessarily jazzy. It's not the typical sound you would hear someone singing in when you're in a genre or an environment like this. And yet, because he, in a sense, is an outsider vocally, it adds a totally new dimension, adds a whole new seasoning, flavor, and tone into the music, which to me makes it that much more interesting to actually listen to. It makes it, well, I don't know, not fascinating perhaps is too strong of a word, but it definitely, for me, brings me in a lot deeper than perhaps normal. The bass line is fantastic. The drumming, the hits I thought were really nice because structure-wise, it's not so straightforward. There's a lot of da 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 bum 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 da da bum 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 da 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 da. Like, the hits in the music I think are very interesting, and once again, they're not so straightforward, so placid, so flaccid. There's a lot of movement within the track. And then the break, like I said, when the bass really comes forward a little bit into the light with the big stand up, and then eventually have more flute, more saxophone comes in. And then I think that is Morrison himself that's playing guitar. Let me make sure. Yeah, Morrison's playing guitar. And even when he plays guitar in specifically that little section, that break, it's not like he's left behind. He's still playing it up with everybody else. He may not go as jazzy as the rest of them, but he's not relegated to a background player, you know? So I just really like the presence, the respect that he gives, and the different angle that his singing kind of adds into the music. That's where I'm left with it. Let's look at these lyrics, though. Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance 'neath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. So, I mean, it's really just a straightforward, romantic, very poetic kind of setting the scene for romance kind of song. You know the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. You know the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Well, I want to make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know now the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own. Straightforward love song, but romantic nonetheless. This is taking your partner out to a jazz club and just hitting the dance floor and just hoping the night never ends. It says here that this song was not released as a single until 1977, which 7 years later after the album released. It debuted 2 months later when it reached number 92 on the Billboard Hot 100 and 91 on the US Cashbox Top 100. It says that this is a song that Morrison will play frequently in concert. It says that the song is played mostly acoustic, anchored by a walking bass line, of course you heard it there, with piano, guitar, saxophone, and flutes in a soft jazz swing. It's about autumn, the composer's favorite season. And then towards the end of the song, Morrison is imitating that saxophone there. It's a really lovely track. Autumnly romantic, seasonally romantic. I like that. Hey, let me know what you guys thought of it. You can let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for being here, for listening alongside with me. Of course, you want more? Just stick around. Press that subscribe button. You can comment with some recommendations below. Follow me over on Twitter. Support the channel on Patreon if you enjoy what I do. That's it. That's the video. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you all later. Bye.